Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome. Today I'm looking at the Taihang. Kind of Japanese design. It is, to all intents and purposes, an Iwami. But of course it's a Pan-Asian version of an Iwami, which kind of makes it Pan-Asian knockoff, right? Wrong. I've taken her out for a couple of matches today just to see how she feels, and I'll be letting you guys see those after a quick discussion on the build. And let me tell you, she surprised me. She surprised me, but bear in mind, I am not an Iwami owner, right? If you own an Iwami, you may say, oh well, that's what Iwami does, and you'd probably be absolutely right. But let's think of this in the terms of the Taihang. She was a special, ground from a special mission last season, and let's have a look at the armor layout on her. Right. Well, she's covered in this 32mm shell, which should keep her safe from destroyer HE spam and like cruiser spam, but let me tell you, there will be some HE from battleships that will punch straight through that and cause a considerable amount of damage. She's got a tiny little superstructure which is quite hard to farm, so I'd say she's not the easiest ship to farm with HE out there, which is a good thing, right? She's got these side panels of 356mm armor, and the lower belt is 38mm. The playstyle is to angle her and to stay at around 15 kilometers with your guns. That's when the guns really start to show off. Although I have had some results at 20 kilometers, I have to say. If we take the nose off, we can have a proper look at the citadel. So we've got all this complex layer cake going on. 360mm barbette armor for the gun mounts. The side armor casemate is very thick, 380mm, no gaps or spaces there. As we look at the lower torpedo belt, you can see there's a nice space between that and the actual citadel. If we take that off, you can see the citadel sits under the water, so it's going to be plunging shells, and the shells very close to the waterline that are going to hit that, and you really don't want to be showing any broadside in this battleship. But then you could say that of a lot of battleship lines, to be honest, so nothing too unusual there. But it's very deep, this citadel. I wouldn't say it's the easiest thing to hit. You're looking for plunging shells that come in at a nice angle like that. Okay, now let's look at the back. The back's kind of a rather awkward affair. And you got this flat plate here, and there's a citadel. So kiting away, you may get the odd curious citadel from these slight angles here. So I wouldn't say that she's particularly strong kiting away, but we put the armor back on. Let's have a look at the survivability. So she's got 84,750 hit points, a torpedo protection value of 37%, which is pretty reasonable. Okay. But what really makes this ship is these guns. She's got 4 twin 406mm guns. I know it's a pretty typical caliber for a Japanese battleship of this tier. They're long barrel snipers. The shell velocities are pretty good, 830 meters a second, I swear they do get faster as the shells travel. The HE's got a 40% fire chance, and the AP does 13,250, whereas the HE does 5,800. Very good penetration, apparently. Very good indeed. Right, if we move on to the torpedoes, just like the Iwami, she has these torpedo launchers. And let me show you, they're right at the back of the ship here. Now, the torpedo angles forward are dreadful. The torpedo angles back are very good. So it kind of encourages you to kite away, offering that potential citadel up your ass to hopefully get some deep water torpedoes into the line of a push. So in theory, she should be able to crush a push with deep water torpedoes and 406mm guns. In practice, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I think you're going to find that your relatively soft armor profile is going to get you into trouble. I think the playstyle for this ship is sniper playstyle, staying back, not getting any further than mid-range. Don't get too close because you're pretty soft. Looking at the actual torpedoes themselves, we notice that she's got a range of 10 kilometers with these, so they're not particularly long range. Maximum damage 17,933. That's not terrible. Detectability, of course, it's those deep water torps we all love. 0.8 kilometers, so pretty hard to avoid. They do 62 knots as well, and they have a reload time of 131 seconds. Okay, and of course, being deep water torpedoes, they don't affect destroyers or submarines in the slightest, but they do deal damage to cruisers, battleships, and aircraft carriers. She gets 2 squads of attack craft for taking out submarines. They have a range of 10 kilometers. That's pretty atypical of a battleship of this tier, so nice. Okay, good to have, but so great. AA defense 84, quite high. That's quite a high AA value. But again, in this current meta, shooting down planes doesn't seem to do a lot, so take that for what it is. Maneuverability wise, she does almost 30 knots. Okay, but that is with the speed flag up. There you go, speed flag. So, not the fastest battleship out there. She's definitely not a fast battleship. She has a turning circle of 880 meters and a rudder shift of 17.1 seconds. And her concealment is 13.7 kilometers. And that's with the following equipment. In slot 1, I've gone with main armaments modification 1 to look after the guns. Slot 2, damage control system modification 1 to help control fires, reduce the spread as it were, or the time. Slot 3 to improve the guns, aiming system modification 1 because she is all about those 406mm guns. Slot 4, propulsion modification 1, so she gets good acceleration. Better acceleration. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's better. Slot 5, concealment system modification 1, and then finally in slot 6, main battery modification 3 to bring down the quite long reload time of those 406mm guns. As for captain build, I'm going with a pretty traditional build here. I don't think she's a particularly hard ship, easy ship even to set on fire, right? I don't think she's an easy ship to set on fire. So, you know, fire prevention expert. Debatable. You might want to take Furious just for a bit of fun, right? But this isn't a fun build. This is a bit of standard build for a random play. But you could. There are options for fun in here. We start with preventative maintenance. Then we go to grease the gears because those turrets are so slow at rotating. I mean, if give you an idea, to move 180 degrees, 43.1 seconds, right? 43.1 seconds, and that's with grease the gears. So very slow turret traverse. Adrenaline Rush is your 3rd pick. Then 4th pick, Concealment Expert. 5th pick would be Emergency Repair Expert. And then really it's a choice between Fire Prevention Expert or Furious, depending on which you prefer. But bear in mind, she's not a very easy ship to set on fire, so will you get much uptime with your Furious? I'm not so sure. Okay? I'm not so sure. Probably, maybe. Okay, so that leaves us with 3 points to spend. Now, you could go traditional and take basics of survivability. Or, if you want to mix it up a bit, and you want to know if you're being torpedoed and how many people are targeting you, priority target's a good one, so you can disengage and slip away if you've got a lot of ships targeting you, right? And then with your last point, maybe take gun feeder, so you can switch between the reasonable HE and the incredibly strong AP. Alright, that's a possibility. Another thing you could do is you could increase the damage of your AP by taking super heavy AP shells. Again, this would work well with a Furious build. It's also an option for basically giving that AP a little bit more punch. Okay. Anyway, those are my options. Those are my choices, my personal thoughts on the captain build for this ship. Let's see how she plays. I finally have the Taihang, and this is my very first attempt to see exactly what this ship is all about. Now, I've had a few pointers given to me about this ship. I've been told it's a sniper battleship along the same vein as the Japanese ones. It's definitely an Iwami copy of sorts. It's definitely the Iwami skin. But of course we've got deep water torpedoes and apparently very accurate 406mm guns. She's also got quite a lot of secondary, but I've had a look at the secondary. I'm not sure if a secondary build would work. I will try it at some stage, but I've gone with a standard, good old-fashioned Japanese battleship build for this particular ship.
Standing by for instructions, over.
The turrets are incredibly slow at turning. But you notice the third turret, turret number 3, can turn all round, so it's only the rear turret, or turret number 4, that's going to struggle a bit to track an enemy target when we go about. Because it's got to go the long way round. And it takes a long time. So most of the time you're going to have at least 6 guns, if not 8, pointed at your target. At least that's the general idea. Right, we've got one of those Russian research ships, the Vyazama, or Vyazama? I have no idea how you say that. On the 2-line. I kind of think the research ships are a bit irrelevant, really, unless you've got tons of credits to burn. If you've got loads of credits to burn, why not have some fun? I mean, I've heard they're good, but I've been spending all my credits grinding ship lines, and until I've got my entire collection, I don't have the luxury that some content creators might have of playing with the research ships, the experimental ships as they call them. Let's try there on the iOS, see what it gets us. Those shells do look pretty tight. No. I suspect either turned in or slowed down. Or both. Okay. Gonna clip the Groningen. Yep. 2 over pence. I see I'm gonna have to give her a fraction more lead than I think. I wouldn't say that the shell velocity is particularly slow, but it's not particularly quick either, so it's going to take a little while for me to get my eye in, as it were. But we should be able to deal with this guy if my teammates don't, right? Okay. That was a bit of an anticlimax. Yeah. Alright. Let's try my fronts into the Russian experimental ship. 1 over pen. Alright. 2 ricochets. Okay, so 3 out of 4 shells hit. That tells me that at 16 kilometers these guns are pretty accurate. Now I've just got to place the shells better. Okay then. I'm literally just going to lurk around A. I notice how everything's died at A, really. They're 2 ships, and we've lost a ship here too. So it's been quite a battle for A. Now, as you can see, the front arcs on the deep water torpedoes are pretty rubbish, but the rear arcs are very good. Very good indeed. But you're definitely not going to want to brawl in this battleship with arcs like that. And she is quite soft and very easy to citadel if they get broadside to you. I'm going broadside, aren't I? Right now and into an island. What's the worst that can happen, right? Fairly underwhelming. 1 pen, 1 over pen, and 1 ricochet. I'm guessing we're using the standard long fuse AP here, which would explain quite a lot. Okay. Alright. No citadels, but the dispersion is a bit all over the place at short range, so to be expected. Should be able to finish this guy off. Or not.
Our team has taken the lead.
Yeah, very slow gun reload. I think it's about 28 seconds. And that's with the minus 12% from Module 6. Okay. Nice chunky heals, 15k a pop. That's nice to have. Marco Polo giving me a hard time there. Yeah, shells look good. But they plunged a little early, didn't they? Yeah. And he did turn out he turned out pretty hard actually to try and avoid those, so they plunged. A lot of them ended up going into the sea next to him. Okay, Van Cohorn. Alright. One over pen. I couldn't stand the really boring camouflage that you get with the ship. It's just boring old bluey grey. So I put the going east camo skin on this ship because since she's a Pan-Asian, I thought that was appropriate. And I must say, the skin looks great. I'm quite happy with the little markings on the turrets, and the overall look is pretty good. Just going to leave those there in case something's stupid enough to push in, but I don't think the Marco Polo is going to push. The Iowa might be pushing in. I have no idea where the Iowa is right now. Okay, Van Cohorn. Again, turrets are going to take way too long to get where you need, and he's already ducked behind an island. Okay, let's go for the Iowa. There he is. We're not going to get a Van Cohorn. Okay, one over pen on the Iowa. And the inevitable carpet bombers. AA is relatively strong. Oh, he missed with those. Someone else having a bit of an off day, clearly. But I mean, I've never played this ship before, so there's that to consider, I guess. Let's see if we can do some damage to this light cruiser. Oh, those shells look wicked. Yep. There you go. Now that is more like it. So we got a citadel and a sinking. I was kind of hoping to get that sooner, if I'm honest. But we got there, didn't we? We got there. And those shells, the dispersion was tight. So let's try some 15-kilometer action on the Marco Polo. Those shells are very tightly grouped, my goodness. Alright. I'm warming to her. 16,000, almost 17,000 damage there. 4 pens. 5 shells out of 6 hit. Very accurate at 15 kilometers for a battleship. Disgustingly so. Okay, let's see if we can do that again. I want to do that again, please. Yep. Consistent. Okay, 10k damage that time, but you know what? There is some consistency in the dispersion. I like that. They're good at 15. Well, 14 to 15 kilometers. The shells come together very nicely. Okay, let's see. See if we can finish him off. Talking about there. He's turning into those, isn't he? Beautiful. While turning away. Bam! Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think I've got my eye in on the guns now. These guns are actually really, really good. I just wasn't used to them. I've been mostly playing destroyers and American Ohio-class battleships, where you have to give enormous amounts of lead. The Ohio does require some lead because her shells are a bit floaty. Hit like trucks, 457mm, but very floaty on the Ohio. Those look good. Until they didn't. They dropped off early, most of them, but did you notice the two that did hit, Overpen and Citadel? Lovely. Very, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. He is at 18 kilometers, however. He was at 18 kilometers when I made that shot, when they roughly. All right.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Oh, a destroyer. Okay. That one. Let's see if we can get lucky on this guy. Ooh. Invisifire at roughly where I think he's going to be. Shells are crisscross pattern on the shells. Yeah.
Is in sight.
Okay, I'm impressed.
Enemy destroyer
The shells were
sunk.
literally doing a crisscross pattern. And he stayed on course to go exactly where I thought he'd go next, which was very kind of him. Alright, these guns are pretty damn fine. Pretty damn fine guns. I wish I could say it's a total package, but not really. I mean, the armor profile is quite soft. You have to angle well. The good news is that with the crazy gun angles you get on this ship, angling isn't actually that hard. Did we hit him? Yes, we did. Full pen as well. Oh, they're dropping like 9 pins. My God. All right. Those mini Gumo torps. Okay, we're going to head the other side of the island now. We're going to go to the starboard side of this island. See if we can chase down the mini Gumo and get some more sniper rounds in. The Iowa is coming out to play, but there's only about 2 minutes left in this match, so we'll see. Don't think I gave him enough lead, did I? He's already turning. Actually, the lead was good. He's turning, though. Well, I must say, first go, and I've sunk 3 ships. Got a couple of citadels, and I'm starting to get used to the guns. And what can I say about the Taihang? The Taihang, very accurate indeed. I'm kind of glad I did the crazy missions for this ship. You could get the captain, of course, but if you wanted to get both, you had to spend a considerable amount of gold or get lucky on the RNG whilst spending, of course, hard currency. I'm not a huge fan of these events, if I'm honest. It just encourages gambling. But yeah, okay, I did a box 100 at Christmas, and I'll probably do it again this Christmas because, well, it's good for subs, and people like to watch you opening random loot boxes, don't they? I'm sure they do. Okay, let's see if we can put some shells into the Iowa. My goodness. That's evil. Okay, only 3 shells hit, but one of them was a citadel. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we've hit the 100k mark. I think if you get the wind behind you and your eye in on the guns, I think it would be very easy to get a Kraken in this ship in the right circumstances with the right matchmaker and the right map. I really do. I suspect you could probably be that last ship standing that sinks the entire enemy fleet. Because these guns are crazy good. They really are. Okay, 2 decent pens. And there we have it. Okay, so how did we do? We got 721,972 credits, which is nice. Scored 46 hits, got 3 citadels, and sank 3 ships. Not bad for a first go. 1622, that's reasonable. Reasonable XP, top 3 finish. Thought the Z46 played very well indeed. I do like that destroyer. 34,000 on the Marco Polo, that was all AP. 13,000 on the Van Coon, that was all Citadel. 1,288 on the Udaloy. Sorry, mate. Stray shell sunk ya. 105,642 damage. That was all AP. All of it was AP. Monstrous AP. Oh, and 13,254 done to planes. We had the 40% booster on, yeah, and we made that many credits. So I can't even imagine what the 160% booster would have done there, but well over 1 million credits would have been earned very easily. She's a good little earner. Let's try another match. Okay, this is pretty much on tier, this one. Been quite lucky there. There is some tier 10 in this match, but not much. They've got a Smolensk. And we've got a Jinan. Everything else is pretty much tier 9 and below. We'll see how this goes. I do like this map. I think it's a good map for general play. There's a lot of islands to consider, however, which it can be good, can be bad.
We've got chaps.
From personal experience, I often find in randoms I'm kiting away from A a lot on this map because Team Red always seem to go into A strong because they've got the islands on their side. So we're going to be a little bit cautious. I'm just going to be a little bit careful, stand off and snipe, because that's what this ship really excels at.
Standing by for instructions, over.
I don't think secondary... yeah, wakey wakey. That woke him up. Yoo-hoo! Yeah, he's joined us. Good. So we are going to have a destroyer spotting for us on A. I thought I'd give him a 406 surprise just to wake him up. Oh, I'm so badass. Anyway, seriously though, not the sort of ship you really want a secondary build on, and I'll tell you why. You're gonna have to get within 11 to 12 kilometers of the enemy fleet, and honestly, if you're at that range, you should be kiting away using your deep water torpedoes and your incredibly good gun angles, and kiting away, right? That's what you should be doing, because she's got a soft armor profile. If you saw, I'll tack an intro at the beginning of the video, and you can have a look at that. And you'll see what I mean about the armor profile. It's fairly soft. The turtleback is almost non-existent. It's not a good ship to brawl in. That said, as a sniper battleship, she is really something else, and she's very good at kiting away. So we'll see if we can crush an enemy push. We'll give it a try, assuming they do push, of course. Yeah. So there's the Alsace coming our way. Verdigros has gone mid with the Smolensk, Prince Eugene and their Jaeger have gone to C. And we've got Jinan going in the opposite direction. I guess he's hoping for a push, right? But he's at the wrong end of the map for that, really. John Bart is not happy with the fact that Jinan's probably just gone straight into him and scraped all his paint off. That's kind of funny. There's a San Diego up there trying to keep it clean. And we have a Hoffman on cap, hoping to catch Jaeger with his 6-kilometer hydro, I'd imagine. Right, let's see if we can get this Ibuki down. Oh, those look good. So good. Boom!
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
17,362 damage and a Citadel. I've sent him straight back to port. That was a very quick match for the Ibuki, wasn't it? Honestly, this ship. Okay, let's have a go at the Verdigros. The Grossa. We've actually got a lot of ships. He's slowed down. Damn it. Okay, still reasonable damage. He's slowed down. We got 1 pen on him. Not the end of the day. Gone over 20k damage already, so that's good. Mets in mid. I'm very aware of that Mets. We've got an Alsace and Iparanga. And an Ognavoy down here. we have the advantage. If anything, we should probably be pushing A, but I'll leave that to my team to decide what to do. Good hits on the foot across at that time. Got about 7.5k damage. Jean Bart's still yelling at Jinan. Love it. Oh. Those went a little too long, if anything. But then he reversed faster than I thought he would. I mean, it's a big ship, isn't it? So I'm quite impressed he got it into reverse so quick. We need to angle more. We need to angle more. There we go. But you see what I mean? The rear-facing gun angles are pretty good because we're now angled. And I can get all guns to bear on the Fotogross. For 7k damage. He is returning fire, but I am pretty confident that he's not going to do much. Yep, okay. Where's he going next? I reckon he's going to go forward. That's my best guess. Yeah. 1,325 for a blind fire shot. And Fotogross is slipping away. I guess he's had enough of me taking pot shots at him. Which is fair enough, really. Meanwhile, we've lost a Veneto, a Bismarck, and an Asashio, and they've lost a Metz, a Prince Eugene, and an Ibuki. Oh yeah, the Ibuki. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that happened. This shit. Oh, there's a Smolensk over there. Do you think we could wreck his day? Let's try. Now, this is a bit of an extreme shot. I mean, we're at almost 20 kilometers with that. He's heading up to the 20-kilometer line. He's at 19.5. Shells look good. Oh my god! Okay, that was impressive. We hit with 5 out of 8 shells at 20 kilometers and did a substantial chunk of his health pool. In fact, if any of those had citadeled, I do believe we'd have death struck him. So the Hoffman's finished him off for us, which is good. But unfortunately, the Smolensk got the Hoffman. Oh, I wish I'd death struck him now. Yeah. Oh well. We were denied a dev strike, but we did significant damage. Okay, there's a barge over there. That's essentially an Izumo, which is quite a scary battleship, to be honest. A lot of people underestimate her, but it's an Izumo with better dispersion on their shells. There's the Ognavoy. Yep. 1 over pen. I honestly thought those first 2 shells were going to hit about midships, but they missed. Okay. Nobody wants to push, and I'm pushing. Yeah, nobody wants to push. I was kind of hoping the Illinois by now and the Taco would realize we outnumber them severely, along with the... Somebody's got a Blutcher already. Wow. Okay. Wonder how much that cost him. Okay, we're going to fire on the Alsace. Might put some deep water torps down as well, since he's pushing in. Going to try and move away. I want to break off. I am showing the Alsace a lot of side. A little nervous here. Okay, we've gone dark. Okay. Ow. Holy crap. I do believe someone just citadeled me twice. Okay, that really hurt. I'm going to slap a heel on it, but that really hurt. The Varjay caught me turning and placed the perfect shot, and he got good dispersion. and punch straight through my citadel. At least twice, maybe 3 times. Does that give you some idea of how soft this armor profile is, right? We don't have a turtle back as such. And to be honest, big scary ships like the Bargy, the Yamato, ships like that, be careful is all I'm going to say. He was invisible at the time. I wasn't even aware of his position. He'd been eyeing me up the entire time. Look at him, he's just sat over there. We're looking for choice targets to snipe at. All right. But it doesn't look like Team Green's going to push into A. It looks like we're giving A up, so I'm going to move away. But I'm going to hold this position because I imagine Team Red's going to push through there and I might get a chance to use the deep water torps. Who knows? Also, I'd like to get some payback on the Izumo or the Barge. Yeah. Those shells didn't quite make it over, did they? Alright. Now I'm being lit. Okay, they've got a destroyer on A. Barge should be hoving into view shortly. Island's blocking my shot on the Iparanga. Ricochet, non-pen. Okay. So they've got 3 battleships sat on A at the moment. And our cruisers are running away, along with the Katsonis, who's staying in contact close enough to light, but that's about it, really. He's doing a bit of smoke farming, I think. As for the Illinois, he's beached himself. Okay. Let's throw the brakes on. I might get a shot here on the Izumo.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Yes, okay. Decent. Took his gun. And another 10k from the rears. Nice hits. Very good hits. Good, good, good.
Our team has taken the lead.
Right, we're capturing C. Their Jaeger's on the run down the minimap. He just got caught up with by the Blucher. Blucher's having a bit of a game. And a chance to chunk the Iparanga. Oh my goodness. 18,000 damage. Almost 19, wasn't it? Okay, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to use this island for cover, and I'm just going to make a pain of myself. Now this might get me killed, but you know what? There's some good opportunity here. If I run up the map, there's going to be less opportunity. Okay, there's an Ognovoy. That's going to be a problem. Secondaries are starting to light him up though. But I'm worried about the Izumo, the Bargy, so I'm going to sneak it up under this island so that I can use the island to cover myself from the Izumo. Okay, the Iparanga's secondaries are opening up on me. I'm pretty sure I can punch straight through that. Apparently not. Okay, he's well angled. Alright. I was asking a little bit too much of the guns there, I think. The Bargy definitely wants to shoot me, but he can't because I've got this island blocking his shells. Okay. Yeah, 1 over pen, 1 pen. And the Takeo takes him down. Those are Ognovoy torps. They don't hit particularly hard, but I am quite low health. We'll try and avoid that last one, can we? Yeah. Whew. Okay, good. Let's see if we can get the Alsace. Got 6 guns on him. Yeah. And a citadel. Beautiful.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Tense. Tense. I like it here though, because I've got the island guarding my starboard rail, and I can go bows on to the Ognavoy and just wait. Just chill while I wait for the bargee to make a mistake. Here he comes. And you see that, look at the rear turrets. You see how fast turret number 3 is turning. It's all very slow. Turret number 4, no chance, but I should be able to use turret number 3 soon. It's pretty much tracking the target. I do like the fact that you can do 360-degree turn. Got 2 good pens on the bargee. Alright. Yeah, we managed to avoid all of that. So far we've tanked 1,303 damage. Heal comes off cooldown in 8 seconds. See if we can get the Ognavoy. Okay, we just got a Confederate medal. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to slap a heal on. Come on. Bye. Yeah. Okay, good. Alright.
We destroyed their destroyer.
That just leaves the bargee. Oh! And he hit me pretty hard in the upper deck by the look of it. Okay. Well, that was pretty exciting. There's only 1 ship left in the game and we win in 40 seconds. So my thoughts are, yeah. Use islands if you want to defend. If you want to kite away, because you'll have good gun angles and you can use your deep water torpedoes to do so. But they didn't come out of A particularly quickly, did they? They took their sweet time over it. He is getting absolutely slammed by every single ship that's up there. Bye. Yeah, he got melted. Very good game. What do I think of the ship? Awesome. Great guns. Very good guns. But she is a sniper ship. You're going to get people moaning at you a lot because they don't like the sniper play style. Okay, so we got a Confederate medal. And yeah, they've just started to bring in these efficiency ratings on how you play, right? So I got a 2nd grade efficiency badge for my 2nd ever go in the Taihang. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I mean, 785,614 credits again. That sounds familiar. Three ships destroyed. She's consistent, isn't she? We got a bit more XP this time. Gonna have to compliment you, sir. You played very well. As did the Butcher. Well played, gents. And I feel sorry for Team Red, actually, to be honest. 17,000 on the Ibuki. That was a Citadel. 4 shells hit. 8,600 on the Alsace. 7,975 on the Ognavoy in the end. And 28,488 sniping the Fer Grosse. Or Fer Grosse. And 26,704 on the Ipiranga. 22,790 on the Izumo. Yeah, we spread the damage about, didn't we? 123,490 total damage. That was pretty much all AP. Secondary batteries, high explosive damage 462. 40% credit booster again, so 730,574. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it, and thank you all very much for watching. And if you did, don't forget to support my channel with a like and subscribe. Thank you.